Stronger Body Q&A with Carl. Why me? What am I offering that no one else is, and why should people be interested? I'm only offering the truth, the reality of what's happening in the real world, and nothing more. I want nothing for anyone. Most people spend a fortune on their well-being, but the results they get, if any, are temporary. What I'm doing is easy for anyone to do at home, with little or no space, next to no equipment, and the costs are virtually nothing. But the results are absolute, and they are long lasting, because this is something you can do every day for the rest of your life. Question number 2 is, I am not a personal trainer. Why am I sharing workout routines? Several years ago, I discovered resistance bands when I was recovering from shoulder surgery. Back then, I used to do a lot of traveling, so I used to pack up this little resistance band and take it with me. Back then, it was a yellow one. It was one of the light ones, and literally took up less space than a pair of socks. Nowadays, I aim to work out every day, mostly with the resistance bands, and I want to show people how easy it is to work out in a very confined space with little to no equipment, and to do something that's enjoyable and fun without straining, without doing all the strenuous stuff. Question number 3 is, who are my workouts targeted at and why? Everyone, anyone, any age, any agenda, any ability. They can be ramped up or down just by adjusting your grip, adjusting the tension of the band, so you can just change a band and get a more kind of strenuous band, or just simply by adjusting the number of repetitions or number of sets that you do. So they apply to anyone. Is it true that I don't even move my feet in some of my workouts? Yes, absolutely. I designed several routines where I didn't have to move my feet, so that I made very little or no noise at all when I was working out. This is especially true when you're trying to kind of fit it in a hotel, or in a bedroom space with other people around, or in your home. So making no noise whilst you're working out is a huge thing. But remember, it's all about getting stronger progressively. So doing a little bit every single day, and it's much easier to do than most people think. Am I saying that people can get fit without moving their feet? No. Getting fit is very different to getting stronger. Most people get these two confused, and it's not a helpful thing to do. Getting fit has a purpose, as in, if you're trying to compete or play a sport, if you're running a marathon, something like that, you need to get fit for that. I have yet to find a universal approach to getting fit for life, what that would even look like for the average person, or how you would go about doing that. Getting fit for life is quite a challenge, let's say. My objective here, and what I'm doing in my life, is to get stronger progressively every day for the rest of my life. And I feel personally that this is the only sustainable way to approach my long-term physical well-being. When it comes to fitness, though, the question I ask myself is if what I am trying to get fit for is a temporary or permanent. So for me personally, I'm looking for something that I can do that has a permanent result. By virtue of just getting stronger, I become fitter naturally, and then I can play sports and I can do all these other things. But if I'm looking to compete in an event, a marathon, a triathlon, or whatever it is, then yes, you would get fit for that. The only challenge I have after that is, then what do you do? Because once that event is complete, then you need something to sustain that. So for me, I'm looking at a permanent solution that anyone can do at any time of their life, and apply it regularly. So number 6 is, do these workout sessions work? Can I seriously be getting stronger doing as little as 6 minutes a day? Yes. The key is consistency. If you work a muscle, you will naturally make it stronger. That's it. Just take a single muscle. If you work it, it will get stronger. Number 7 is, do I honestly work out with a cup of tea every morning? Every day, why not? Yes, I find getting stronger enjoyable. I enjoy the process. I also enjoy a cup of tea first thing in the morning. So I naturally just combine the two. If I work out every day, do these routines not get a little boring? No, because I love seeing and feeling myself getting stronger all the time. I don't find working out boring at all, especially the way in which I do it. If you're just starting out or getting back into your health, I would recommend starting with a very basic routine and sticking with that routine for maybe a couple, 3-4 weeks. That way, you'll start to see and feel those parts of your body getting stronger. And then you can start to alternate routines or start mixing up combos, which is what I tend to do now. So what equipment do I use in my workouts, and what does it cost? Well, apart from the cup of tea, for the most part, I use a black resistance band. It's one of the kind of most resistance you can get at the moment that I found for a flexible band as opposed to a loop. And this offers me a great resistance or tension during my workout because I can just adjust my grip. A good resistance band like that should cost no more than £15, $20. I find resistance bands are so gentle on the joints. Like I said, you can just adjust the tension to suit your own strength, your own ability, and they are exceptionally versatile when it comes to different workouts and being able to work different parts of the body. I use dumbbells in some of my workouts. Why do I need any extra equipment? When you start to get stronger, you can start to introduce other things. I use a set of dumbbells. They are 5 kg dumbbells. And I tend to use those for very specific exercise sets. For example, squat kicks, because you can't take your foot off the ground when you're standing on the rubber band. It just becomes a little bit more difficult. So now that I'm kind of physically stronger, I can start introducing other weights. I used to use other things. I used to use water bottles, but I found these 5 kg dumbbells at a local tip for next to nothing. So why not? It doesn't have to cost a lot. A set of 5 kg dumbbells, which just offers a little bit of resistance, is just a great way to introduce extra weight. So as you start to progress and get more, let's say, physically strong, you can start to introduce greater resistance while you would upgrade your resistance bands, for example. But it's also great to add other exercises, as you'll see. What are my thoughts on cardio? Again, I think first we should separate playing sports, simply because you enjoy it, football, squash, tennis, all that sort of stuff, from doing cardio. Playing sports is a great thing to do and should be encouraged. It's great teamwork, socializing, all that sort of stuff. As for cardio, some people love doing cardio. They love doing that sort of workout where you're on a kind of cross trainer or a treadmill or a rowing machine. That's great. But what I've found is that it's not necessarily very convenient or practical to fit cardio into your daily routine. And if you want to do cardio at home, you probably need to get expensive equipment and also have the space for it. I have a simple approach to workouts. Can I do this anywhere? Can I do it anytime? And can I do it for the rest of my life without needing a lot of equipment? If the answer is no, then I know the thing I'm considering and the results I get from it will be temporary. There's no way I can sustain it. Which may suit some people, but it's not good long-term strategy when it comes to kind of my personal health. So I want to try and do something that I can do and sustain for life. What are my views on paying for a personal trainer, and am I one? Well, firstly, no, I am not a personal trainer. I respect anyone that has gone into the business of helping people help themselves. I realize that more now than ever. And that obviously includes personal trainers. So I have nothing but admiration for anyone that's gone into that field. So no, I'm not a personal trainer, but I support anyone who needs to use an expert like that to better themselves. Question 30, why don't I use or go to a gym? This is quite an interesting question. Firstly, time of day. I tend to work out first thing in the morning as I get up. So that could be 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. If I had to go to a gym, I would have to get ready, travel to it and get prepared. Whereas I can simply fall out of bed, put the kettle on, grab a cup of tea in my boxes and do a workout. Obviously, I don't record those. I get fully dressed for that, but you can exercise in your underwear, and that's because it's just for you. So I'm trying to do something I can do anywhere, anytime, without wasting any additional time in my day. Equally, having to get out of bed, it's now raining or something like this, like you just find that you have extra excuses. Maybe you didn't sleep particularly well, whatever it is. You don't necessarily want to have to crawl out of bed, get changed, get in the car, go somewhere. So for me, that's a big thing. There's other things as well. The pressure to be there because you're now paying for something that you have to use. Otherwise, that kind of gives you that guilt, and you put extra pressure on yourself. Also, recently I was traveling and stayed in a hotel, and I used the gym facility there, and it was funny because I haven't used the gym for years. I thought, this will be novel. Let's go in there. And I walked in, and I kind of forgot about that judgment you feel as you walk in, which was very interesting because I don't feel that anymore. I don't. But it was that everyone kind of turned. You walk in, you get that stare, and I realized, wow, that is a big showstopper for a lot of people. Is they just wouldn't go into that environment because of the way they may feel. So yeah, for me, it's kind of accessibility, but there's also cost. It just seems that there's no need. So question 14, am I saying that gym memberships are pointless? Unless your gym membership includes things like football, sports, any kind of sports like tennis, badminton, squash, that sort of stuff, then essentially for most people, long term, I'm going to say yes. Or swimming. Obviously, swimming is another big thing that you can't do at home for most people. So unless your membership includes some of those, then I'm going to say in terms of getting stronger and not just trying to get fit for no reason at all, I'm going to say yes. So next question is, what about what people eat? Can a bad diet be out-trained? This is a very interesting question because I hear this a lot and often gets thrown straight back at me when I talk about this. But contrary to what a lot of people might think, when it comes to making your body stronger, you can absolutely out-train a bad diet because we're just building muscle. So muscle is built by working it out, not necessarily what you eat. So question 16, am I saying that you can eat what you want? No, on the contrary, what I am saying is that what you eat has no bearing on your ability to make your muscles stronger. Given the more rubbish you eat, the harder it will be and the longer it will take to kind of build muscle. But that's because what you eat affects other parts of your life, like your energy, your quality of sleep, your overall health, and so on. So yeah, absolutely. What you eat does have a bearing, but it doesn't affect your physical muscles getting stronger. So what are my thoughts on diet and why? Personally, I feel diets are a waste of time. It tends to flip the importance of getting stronger to if I change what I eat. Actually, tends to work the other way around. So no matter what diet you do, the diet itself and the results of the diet tend to be temporary. Most likely, diets will cause more harm than good. And I am no food expert, but this is just from what I've seen. It would appear that most people prefer to diet than exercise, probably because of what they think is involved in exercise. I can tell you that once you start to change your mindset away from losing weight or what you weigh, and that you should exercise or you should eat healthy or all of that, and just start to focus on getting a little bit stronger every single day, you'll start to become more conscious of what you eat, and therefore you start to feel better and the energy levels go up. And so it's a cyclical thing. And once you start to exercise in doing these very simple routines and make yourself feel stronger, you will start to actually eat healthier and make more healthier choices. But bear in mind, there's a lot of controversy around what is healthy and what isn't. So I'm not going to say anything on that. Diet is a personal choice. What you eat every single day is a personal choice. My whole remit on this is I'm not necessarily going to change or suggest anything about what you eat. What I am going to say is make your body stronger. That's it. When do I find time to work out? For me, it's first thing in the morning when I get up. Usually it's before anyone else is up, and I just make it a priority to work on me first before I do anything for anyone else. That's just my remit. It's a great mentality to have because I put me first, and therefore I have the strength and the energy to help other people. Why don't I work out to music? This is interesting. Firstly, I'm not sure everyone has my taste in music, but that's not the most important reason. I like to be in my own head when I'm kind of doing exercise and working out and just kind of working on myself. It's a great place for me to be. It lets me think. It lets me come up with new ideas. So yeah, I like to just be in my own headspace when I'm doing a physical workout. Everyone sees. This is a good question. Have I lost any weight? It's interesting. I do jump on the scale every now and then, more out of curiosity than anything else. It has no impact on my feelings either way. I particularly don't care about what I weigh. I can say that in the last 12 months, though, I have lost around 10 kgs, and I know I've dropped 2 waist sizes. Sorry. The reason I know this is because I've had to make extra notches in my belt manually, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not really interested in what I weigh. Do I have a target weight? No, I don't have a target weight. I feel that having a target weight is pointless, and I would say that for anyone. It's not what you weigh, it's how you feel about yourself that counts. So my target is just to feel good about myself. End of. That's it. What do I currently weigh? 82 kgs. Just that's what I am. And how old am I currently? Early 50s. You just recently turned 50, so that's me. What is my source of motivation? It's a very, very good question because people often get kind of challenged with staying motivated, and it's very important. You've got to stay motivated. So for me, it's quite simple. I've just come to realize that nothing matters if I'm no longer around to experience it. So that's quite a kind of deep thing. I get it, but so I just want to be sure that anything I do, I'm working to improve my chances of being around as long as I can to experience more life. Besides, I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. I love who I kind of want to be, and love who I know I can be. So yeah, once you kind of change your mindset and you realize that this is it, let's be around to enjoy it for as long as possible. And the last question, kind of 25, what is the best advice I can give? There was a proverb I heard, I think it was Confucius who said it. It says, a healthy person has 1,000 wishes, an unhealthy person has one. That's quite stark. So, whilst you're healthy, you tend to forget about, getting stronger and all that. It's only when you've got a toothache or a backache or a headache or something some ailment that you only have one wish, and that is for that one thing to be resolved. So, the stronger you are in your physical self, the more able you are to kind of deal with and cope with kind of the stresses and strains of everyday life, because it's inevitable. All those things are inevitable. That's going to happen to you. So the stronger you are, the more likely you're able to kind of manage that. So my advice would be start now. Do one thing every day that makes you stronger. be consistent, and more importantly, just love who you are. Thanks.